And part 2 from on. So, because that's all been so congested, let's just continue with some more structural stuff. So firstly, let's see whether the femurs are out. Hold. Yeah, right. Hold. Yeah, so hold in the clear, and then that's just touching it. So that's circulating something.
Oh, okay.
So anytime you can go back and recheck the indicator muscle, seeing whether it's locking or unlocking, because then if you touch something else and it's the opposite, it's a sign that, you know, there's a change when you do something.
Yeah.
And hold, and hold. Good.
Oh.
I know, weird, huh? So let's, let me think, spine. So I want to check some big muscles either side of the spine called the lat dorsi. So hold in, I'm pulling out towards me. So that's a big, on the back, it's sort of from about there to there, and it's quite wide. It's a big, wide muscle. Yeah, no, not a lot going on in there. Relates to the pancreas organ spleen meridian.
Oh, okay.
Hold down, I'm lifting here. This is just general spleen meridian. Hold down, which is showing up okay, which means it could just be the muscle itself, as opposed to the organ meridian muscle combo.
Well, the only exercise I got in those couple of weeks was coffee.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, I was doing my walking still.
Yeah, of course you were, but just not at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, nice. And hold in for me. And hold in for me. Beautiful. Okay. So I might check the jaw. So firstly, I'll check these little muscles in here, the glute medius muscles. Hold out for me. Beautiful. Hold out for me. Good. Okay, so put 2 fingers either side of your jaw. And hold out for me. Hello. Has been a while since we've done this one, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so this obviously is to do, so when you get structurally out of balance, you know, your structure gets more and more and more out of balance if it doesn't get brought back in occasionally. Okay.
And the weight wouldn't be helping.
No, you don't have any plates in or anything like that in your mouth?
No.
Okay, so open up. So just a little wiggle in here. 10, 15 seconds. Just wiggling the bottom of the jaw. Beautiful. Good. Okay, so 2 fingers either side of the jaw again. And hold the leg out. Good. Next one, 2 thumbs up on the inside of the roof of the mouth. Yep. And hold out. Oi, hello. You tried.
Yes.
So open. And breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Cool. And that one always jams the skull bones. So giving them a nice little massage. Can't hurt, might help. Okay, so 2 thumbs. Oh, just I'll do double gallbladder test. Hold. No, that's good. Anterior deltoids. 2 thumbs up on the roof of the mouth. And hold out for me. Beautiful. Okay, so now the stress jaw. Right hand on the right jaw. And hold out for me. And whooshka.
I don't want to play today, do I?
So we push to mush. And that jaw. Push to mush up over the ear. And open the jaw. And close. A little wiggle on that little muscle in there. Push to mush. Push to mush. And open. And This one's much tighter than the other one, isn't it? Interesting. So I'll get you to just bend your finger. Just pop that between your teeth, just gently. Just holds the jaw into a nice little position for a Bowen technique move. Excellent. Okay. So now, right hand on the right jaw for me. And hold out. Beautiful. Right hand on the left jaw. That's it. And hold out. That one's okay. Left hand on the right jaw. And hold. That's okay. Keep that there. So left on right and right on left. And hold out. Good. So last time we've done it, half of them are sort of holding, which is, given how sick you were, and, that's not bad at all. And you're definitely not dead. So
right.
Left on right and right on left, and let's check your visual centers as well. So lift your head. So that is the visual centers. So head down and hold. No, they can come off and hold out for me. And they're locking. So that tells me that with this one, your visual brain believes what we've done.
Oh, okay.
If that had have unlocked with this, that's a sign that the brain doesn't believe it.
Oh, okay.
So then you have to do an extra little bit of switching and stuff.
Oh,
to get the brain to believe what it's already felt.
That'd be doing this one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know. Weird, eh? Cool. So now thinking structural. What do we? I know what we can do. Actually, I'll take these little guys off. Okay, so relax and turning inwards. So that's perfect. Can you feel that? So that's nice and even there on your lower back.
Yeah.
And let's arms outstretched. But have a look up here.
Wow.
So much tighter on the left side. Are you noticing anything with your left shoulder or your left anything? Nothing. Nothing obvious.
No, not really.
Okay, cool. So let's just see whether these little guys in here are part of the problem. So that's the pec minor. So I'm going to stretch the pec minor and hold your arm up for me. That one's okay. Stretch the pec minor and hold the arm up. So that pec minor doesn't want to be stretched. Okay. So that's why this is unlocking.
Okay.
It's like this one. If this one doesn't want to be stretched, it'll unlock up here.
Okay. Yep.
So sometimes when we stretch muscles, we're asking a bit of a different thing.
Okay.
So we're stretching it back. Breathe in. Breathe out and lift your shoulder towards my hands. And breathe in and relax. Breathe out and lift. And breathe in. Breathe out and lift. Beautiful. And hold. Okay. Do you need to do that under your knees?
No, when you did that, it sort of pulled on the shoulder blade.
You okay? Okay, so quadratus lumborum. What about the fasciolatus? Not so much. Okay. So there's a muscle in the lower back I'm going to check. So get you to hold on to both of the table sides. Hold the leg out. Don't let me pull to your right. And don't let me pull to your left. Okay. So so that is that strip of muscle in underneath there.
Okay.
Hold up, I'm coming down and in, rock solid. Holding up, coming down and in. Yeah, so no problem, because they both relate to large intestine meridian.
Oh, okay.
So whenever I check one muscle within a meridian, I always check the other ones. Because if you're going to do a correction, you might as well correct several things at the same time.
Yeah.
And there is the large intestine lock. So these are the coloured muscles associated with large intestines. That's the neurovascular holding point. These are strengthening points to pulse. There's the meridian.
Oh,
And these are
okay.
the neurolymphatic points in there.
Oh, okay.
It's weird when it all starts making a little bit
Yeah.
of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, holding on. Hold out, don't let me pull to your right. Hold out, don't let me pull to your left. It's not quite there, it's pretty good. Well, let me just check from the charts, since I can. Yeah, I can use the pulsing points. So, stomach 36 and large intestine 11. And then large intestine and small intestine 5. 5's on the wrist with these little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Stomach 36, large intestine 11. They're pulsing quite easily actually. No problem there. Well, it was nearly there, it just wasn't quite a good lock. Okay, hold on again. Okay, don't let me pull it. Oh, feel that.
No, very
And
good.
hold out. Yeah, no, that's a great lock. Good stuff. Okay, so we use the alarm points. So these go through the organs on the body. Each one is just a different organ. So the next one I'm going to do is kidney muscles.
Okay.
So the kidney muscles are the pelvic floor muscles.
Okay.
So there's 3 on each side. So hold up for me. That one's great. Hold up and hold up. No, it's not the right side. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Ah, so iliacus. So the iliacus goes all the way from there to up in here on the inside of the spine.
Oh, okay.
So it's a big supportive structural muscle
Okay. Yep.
on the inside of the spine. So it's like 12 inches long sort of thing.
Okay.
Iliacus, kidney meridian, fear and anxiety, all that fun at the farm. But that's 1 muscle out of 6,
Yeah.
you know, for that pelvic support.
Well, walking's really been the only thing I've been doing. So.
Oh, beautiful. And have you felt being back at Aqua?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay. More of the same, more of something else. So what do we need? Nope. What could it be? Oh, okay, so we'll pop some of the immune system stuff in there. So just once again, because face down we asked in relation to inflammation and stagnation, so let's ask the immune system the same thing.
Right, yeah.
And hold, 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 good. Okay, so in relation to stress and stress hormones. So you see that's the extra bit I do in there. So that's saying, okay, thymus gland, and then it's the thymus chakra, which is the heart chakra.
Okay, yeah.
And I also add these little guys in here at the base of the skull because they're also immune system points.
Okay.
So I just sort of have a few extra little bits and pieces in there as well. Okay, in relation to stagnation. And hold, hold. Sitting is inflammatory.
Yeah.
Mm.
Been doing a lot of that.
Oh, there's been some chilly days.
Yeah.
How's work been feeling?
Yeah, good. I've cut a lot of that out too, so. been to the movies a couple of times.
Oh,
and
cool.
stuff like that. But yeah, I was too busy to do before.
How fabulous. Okay, stagnation. And hold, 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 hold. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so let's think about that lower back then. Oh, sometimes the quadriceps, which relate to the small intestines, sometimes they will overwork if the middle of the lower back is underworking.
Okay. Yeah,
So you can imagine if they switch off, something has to take over.
Yeah.
So let's just have a look and hold. Oh, hello. Interesting. Hold. Okay. So yeah, it's sort of almost like a bit of a whiplash, but not quite.
Yeah.
You know, energy that's going on. If something's unlocking, something else is overlocking a fair chunk. Sure. Oh, but then there's some little points in behind here that relate to the quadriceps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's small intestine energy. Yeah, which is way up the top. And again, hold. Beautiful. And hold. Excellent.
This is why I walk out here feeling wonderful.
Pick up one organ after another, one muscle after another. Liver energy. Okay. So once again, stagnation, you can imagine with the liver. So the muscles are the pec major sternals in here. So there's two on each side. Hold. That one's beautiful. And hold up. Good. And hold. And hold. Ah. So once again, one
Not
out of
quite.
4. Yeah. And that's the one that's to do with stress.
Okay.
So that one is to do with when we feel like we're about to get eaten by a tiger, our body deliberately thickens the blood and coagulates, creates fibrin, so that when the tiger pounces, we don't bleed out. It's a very clever thing.
Yeah.
We'll have to look at your blood one day.
Yeah.
Have we never done that?
Yeah, well, we have done it once.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that shows up the cells and all that sort of stuff too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. That's right. And again, hold up. Beautiful. Rock solid.
Yes.
I was listening to a guy this morning who was talking about, you know, because of all the big energy on the planet, when we really do start working on ourselves, it takes a good 3 years, you know, to sort of get ourselves back to some, especially when there has been a lot of trauma and abuse and trying to use meditation and stuff to help to get us back into balance long term.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold. So that says with something we've got in there, because it didn't show up initially, but with something we've got stacked in there, now your adrenals are saying, hello, pick me, my turn. Because initially they were like, nah,
No,
I'm fine. That one's survival switching. Hold. That's deep survival. They're both okay. Hold. Ah, hidden deep survival.
It's hiding from you.
Unconscious brain.
Yeah.
It's hiding from you.
Oh, okay.
Your unconscious brain doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
So your unconscious brain is going, no, your conscious brain is going, no, I'm fine, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all the balls in the air, don't throw me one more ball. Yeah. Okay, so how often do you listen to your sixth sense? Because it feels like you usually come to the right decision. It does take some time to get through.
I just go by gut feeling, yeah.
Yeah, good. Hold out for me. So that first one that shows up is conflict. So there's been some conflict in your brain.
That's what we spoke about this morning.
Yep. So the brain just wanting to run away. Fear in relation to the conflict. You know, and that's that should I, shouldn't I? You know,
that's
truth
right.
Versus telling little white lies and,
Yeah.
you know, sort of just really, struggling with that.
Just go and do it, and then, you know, then you've got to face the consequences later on, and
Yes.
I don't want those consequences again, so
Yeah.
I have to
Be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, next one showing up is subclossal gyrus. So this little guy is the one where potentially the genetic trauma.
Okay.
So let me just go have a play in there for a sec. Okay, so coming to the present. So is this stuff 100% monikers? No. Okay. So we're looking on the genetic side of the father, genetic side of the mother. Okay, mothers. So mother's mother, mother's father, mother's father. Okay. So mother's father's mother, mother's father's father. Mother's father's father's mother, mother's father's father's father. Right. So except for you and your mum, it's the masculine side going back where there's some trauma. Mother's father's father. Okay, so then it eventually comes back to a family, but there's something big going on in that sort of going back a few.
You never know.
Okay. So what do we need to do with that genetic energy? So we're here in the subclossal gyrus. Do we need to go further into this? We do. So let's just have a bit of a squiz. Okay. So is there a jam of energy at a particular age? There is. Okay. Okay. And is this for you that's come down the genetic line? Yep. Okay, so this is around that, okay, so 13 to 18, 13 to 14 to 15 to 16 to 17 to 18, 17 to 17 and a half, 17 and a half to 18. So it's that time where you're really building your own identity and getting into the place of having mentors and roles and, you know, people around you who you really start to look up to and try to emulate and that sort of thing. Because our ego strength is about our devotion and commitment, you know, to something. So, did you lose that? Has this genetic line lost that? Right. Well, that's interesting. So the challenge at that age was being responsible to yourself. So putting everyone else before you.
Well, that's been my life. That might have been when it started.
So, and then therefore, okay. And there was something about trying to belong in certain groups at the time where you always felt like a fish out of water, never quite felt like you fit in.
Yeah.
Did your mum feel like that too?
Yeah.
Okay, so then your ego defense mechanism behaviors. avoidance, distancing, minimizing what you need. Okay, those ones. And is there a grief gauge jammed? Yeah, there is. Okay. Did you injure your back or anything when you were around 17, 18?
No.
It's interesting that this has come up through this. I mean, I suppose we had stuff like the stagnation online, and I'm just wondering how this found this. Just interesting. Okay. So right, so this is at your 17 and a half to 18, yeah. At that age, your brain already had a bit of resignation about it.
Okay.
That this was your life. So, and this was a few years before you met your hubby, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Still living at home?
Yep.
17 and a half, are you still at school?
No.
So what were you doing?
I was working.
And what were you doing?
Bookkeeping and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're already learning those skills way back then.
Yeah.
Treated quite well in the position?
The woman that was over the top of me, I used to sit in the middle of the room, and she could see me and she says, "Haven't you got work to do?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she was watching me all day. And you're reconciling an account, so you got to think, you just can't, because they're not all right.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm just taking a breath. I'm just.
And we're talking
Can't get
before
this one.
computers would work things
Yeah,
out
this was
automatically
all-
and
this
stuff.
was all
Yeah.
stuff.
Huh. Interesting.
Then we had an accounting machine, and every time we started it just kept going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. You have to wait for it to stop, and then you could continue.
Yeah, right. So how did that make you feel when she was on you like that all the time?
But then you put your back to her.
Yeah.
So that she couldn't see what I was doing.
Yeah.
Which is deceitful, really. If you can't be. Yeah.
But it's better than having no power.
Yeah. It was a good company that I started working for. I started on the switchboard.
Yep.
And they did metal two-way radios and TV stations and all that sort of stuff, radio stations.
Cool.
All that sort of stuff. So it was very interesting. Then they did TV cameras and stuff like that, and signs. It was a holdings company, so there was 5 different companies all in one.
Yeah.
And it was a family, and each part of the family went and did something else. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's low serotonin creating vigilance in the nervous system. So you can imagine in that work environment, you wouldn't have been getting a real dopamine rush knowing someone was watching you all the time. So it would have not feeling safe and secure. So it would have been switching down your dopamine or your serotonin, and just creating that vigilance in your nervous system.
Actually, I told a lie when I was leaving there. I said to her, I've got a solicitor's appointment, because she knew that my grandmother had just died. So, and she didn't ask me why, thank goodness. Anyway, when I was dusting the next morning, all the solicitor's office jobs she had ringed.
Yeah,
now,
right.
I didn't say I was going for a job, so I'm glad I didn't tell the truth.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know whether she rang them or, I don't know. She was an old lady.
Interesting. You'd probably get away with that back then as well.
Yeah, that's right. Whereas now you wouldn't.
Or you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You've heard what they're doing to their little 6-year-old kids in China at the moment?
No.
In school. They've got these little doodads around their heads that have got electrodes sort of at the front to see how the frontal brain's working, and in behind here to see how they're thinking. And it's not everywhere at the moment, but it's one of those things to see how well the kids are concentrating. So the teacher has got a computer up the front and he can see how all of the kids are doing, the whole class.
Yeah.
And then the parents are getting updates every 10 minutes in a list. They can find their child where in the class their child is performing.
Really?
So imagine that for a 6-year-old all day, every day.
Yeah.
The trauma on their brain.
That's right.
So you just
keep
had
getting
her.
watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just
trying to
awful.
watch.
But you know, yours is old-fashioned watching. It still is just as traumatic for the brain.
Yeah.
And I know Albo mentioned something about kids. So there's some experiment they're doing in schools at the moment here in Australia, where basically it's a similar thing. They're just, it's a big social experiment. Let's see how suppressed we can suppress their little personalities.
It's funny, when she went on holidays, I would get everything done.
Yeah,
Her
right.
work and mine, and I'd go into the accountant and say, "I finished it. Have you got something for me to do?"
Yeah.
And he says, "What?" And I said, "Yep, done it all." And so then he started showing me how to do journals and stuff like that. And he said, "When she comes back, we'll get you to do the wages." No, there was no way I was going to do wages, because on a Wednesday when she was doing them, she would sit there all day doing wages, and she could watch.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. That was my first job.
Yeah, right.
I lasted there 4 years.
Nice, well done. That boss was there the whole time?
It was good because it was only up the end of the street.
Oh, nice. Very convenient. Fingers outstretched.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Pretty.
Very good.
Pretty cool. Okay, how's that lower back feeling in there?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay. So, because there's a muscle between the
There
shoulder
was just
blades.
one point. It's
Oh, yeah?
right about there.
Yeah.
And whenever you pull my arms up like that,
You can
that's
feel
where-
it
yeah, I
tugging.
feel it.
Okay. So let's check your rib cage muscles, because I'll just have a guess. Hold back. And hold back. Yeah, right. So it's only on the right,
Yeah,
not on the
that's it.
left.
And when you did that, I
Yeah.
could feel it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's lung meridian.
Okay.
So let's also check deltoid. Hold up for me. Oh, sorry, hold that direction. I'm coming down like this. Hold. And hold.
What?
And that's also lung. And the other one is diaphragm. So if I put pressure in here on the diaphragm, hold up that. Oh, hello. So that feels like it's going to be coughing, challenges. I think that's all the lung ones. Oh yeah, there's also coracobrachialis. Hold in, I'm pulling out. Hold. Yeah, right. That's not real happy
You're
either.
just strong.
And hold in. So are you. Yeah, cool. So then the neurolymphatics are in the centre and the sternum, and I always use it underneath the rib cage as well. That's from N.O.T. For these ones are the Touch for Health neurolymphatics and lymph to all those little muscles. This is from N.O.T. to send.
Oh, that's what we did the other day too.
What's that?
We did something. Is that the immune system though? When we did that?
What did we do that with?
Because it wasn't. This one was different.
Yeah, so that's
It
sort of
wasn't-
the
Yeah.
neurolymphatics. Yeah, so this one's like that's the little neurovascular point
Oh yeah. Yeah.
for the lungs.
Oh, you showed us that the other day too.
Yeah, right, so we did neurovasculars. I think I gave the handouts for the neurolymphatics, but we didn't get to that. That's the lung meridian. Oh, we did a meridian massage.
That's it. Yes. pressure points that you touch?
So these are alarm points. So each one is an alarm point. So each alarm point relates to a different organ of the body.
Oh,
So
okay.
central, governing, lung, circumflex, heart, stomach, large intestine, bladder, small intestine, triple heater, gallbladder, liver, spleen, pancreas, so spleen, meridian, pancreas organ,
Yeah.
kidneys.
Oh.
So gallbladder, liver, spleen, pancreas, kidneys. And now they're all locking, so none of those unlocked this time.
Uh-huh.
So let's go back and check that unconscious brain. Hold, that's better, very nice. Okay, so with your back, it's coming good since you've been doing the aqua.
Yeah.
But it just gets a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So-
mainly just getting up out of a chair. That seems to be the problem.
Oh, well, might not be your back then. So thank you for saying that. Although the quads, but the glutes are the other one that can really
I just
be
keep thinking
impacting
I'm
on that.
lazy, and I'm thinking, well,
No. So let's do a glute test. So hold your leg up, don't let me push down. Yeah. Hold your leg up, don't let me push down. Yeah, so your glutes are switched off. So your glutes relate to the circulation of the sex organs. So I'll also check adductors and piriformis. Yeah. Okay, so piriformis is sort of like it's the one that strangles the sciatic nerve.
oh yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
hold in, I'm pulling out. Hold in. Yeah, that's not great. So that's right in the center of the butt.
Mm-hmm.
So when that one's not working yet, there's poor nerve supply in through there. Hold, I'm pushing out. It's fine on the left. Hold the legs together. I'm pulling out on the left. Hold. That's great. Hold in. I'm pulling out on the right. Yep, no problem there. So that's the adductors. It's a big triangular muscle on the inside of the legs. And then the glute medius that we did earlier on. Hold out and hold out. Okay. Yeah, but piriformis and the glute maximus. So once again, these are neurolymphatic points.
So it's just not me being lazy.
No, the muscles have switched off. And so once again, sex, similar meridian to the lung energy. They're both yin because they're going from the torso up to father, son.
Yep.
Bit of fear in there. And that's the thing, when you're not feeling as strong as you normally do, it's
Yeah.
easy for that unconscious brain to go, oh man,
Yeah.
yeah, am I just lazy?
Yeah.
And hold up for me. Hold. And hold up. Yeah, beautiful.
Because the
And
dog won't let me stay at home.
and this side, piriformis. Hold in, I'm pulling out. Beautiful.
It was so funny on Saturday. It was raining Saturday morning.
Yep.
Saturday afternoon, she comes around to the bottom of the steps and she's whinging at me. I said, what, you want to go for a walk? Okay.
Was it nice by then?
Yeah.
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 Ah, she's a
She saw
clever
the
dog,
sun.
isn't she?
Because that's what I say. Can't go for a walk, it's raining.
You've heard Anastasia's predicted 6 months of rain.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to have rain.
Politicians
all
are
the time
so clever, aren't they? Well, geoengineeringwatch.org.
now. Yeah.
And I can't find the Australian one. I wonder if they decommissioned it because it was getting too much traction or something.
Yeah.
So, because there was one called Australian Weather, just say it was called AustralianWeather.com or something. And I found it and I went in and had a look, and it's all talking to trading partners about guaranteeing rain. So, and I was like, really? They've actually got a website devoted to it, and it actually shows like these big squares of how they can manipulate to have huge squares of rain. Like they had like a little diagrams on there and stuff.
But aren't they talking now about after we get this 6 months of rain, then we're going to go back into drought.
Doofuses. What would your mum have said if she was still alive?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Would she have put up with the political shenanigans, or would she have been having a bit of a complaint?
No, she wouldn't have been complaining.
Yeah, right.
She never complained of anything.
So that resignation really does run through the family.
Yeah. Except on a Saturday, Dad used to go to the races and she used to kick us out of the house. I think she needed peace.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. Hate to say it. Mums deserve a bit of peace.
The only thing is, she asked us to do such simple jobs and we wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know? I can understand. Now that I've grown up.
Yeah. Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
You know.
At the time, mothers didn't know anything. But once you have kids of your own, it's amazing what mothers know.
Exactly. Okay. So, back here. And hold back for me. Is that feeling better?
Yeah, that's better.
And hold back. And deltoid and hold up. Hold up. No, that one still needs something. Okay, so what's switching off the deltoid? So, fingers. So, structural, personal ecology, emotional, electrical. It's emotional.
One of these days I'm going to come here. No emotional problems.
Cranial stress receptors. Cranial stress receptors. Okay, so let me go in through the, can I go in through here? I can. Okay, so let me just scan a chart of the cranials. That red one. What is the red one? Oh, it's the sphenoid. The good old sphenoid bone. Okay.
That's a, yeah.
Yeah, it is. So in and behind there. Yes. So once I'll use a big one. So you feel it. So if I descend it, hold, it doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it up, and it likes it. So it's too low. So what that's doing is compressing your skull bones.
Oh, okay.
So that will be changing the way that the rest of the body gets its information.
Okay.
So just a nice gentle little breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. And breathe in and out.
You like stretching out.
Yeah. Because sometimes they're uneven like that or like that. And sometimes you can, when you're looking at someone, you can see that one eye is actually higher than the other.
Oh, okay.
And I remember when I was learning N.O.T. like 20 years ago, and I was at something stressful like a police station or a courtroom or something, and I remembered going to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I could see that one eye was really higher than the other, and it was really quite obvious.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to do my thesis on how stress affects the sphenoid bone.
Oh, okay. Stress just gets to everything, doesn't it?
It does. And hold, and hold. Yeah, so it's just normal now. It's not causing a problem. Okay, so now let's have another look. And hold up. So why did that affect your deltoid? I don't know, but that's interesting. So that was the correction for your deltoid.
Okay.
But that's that whole equation thing. You know, once you get the question on the left side, you just have to find something on the right side to balance it out. Doesn't matter what it is. Cool. Double check deep hidden survival. And hold. Beautiful. There you go, my darling.
Not hiding it from you now.
Yay! Cool. So let's do part 2 of what we did at the training the other day.
Yep.
Okay.